Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. As you can see, it's no longer a card week because I've spent pretty much more than a week away from the game. Just, work related and other life events getting in the way, preventing me from doing what really matters, which is, of course, playing this very, very long running video game. But anyway, we are back into it, and in this episode, I mentioned this when we ended last episode, which is where we took down Apocrynox at the Gate of the Gods. Just to remind you, we beat him. Well, we're gonna have to click on this. We beat him all the way to level 50. You can confirm that by the fact that it's allowing us to fight him at level 51. Normally, it'll only go one level at a time, starting off at around level 10 or level 11, I think. 10, I think. Anyway, this episode we're gonna make more progress on our quest for the Gate of the Gods. However, it's not gonna be like we're not gonna be fighting any gods in this episode. In this episode, we are going to be simply creating the party that we will then use to get most of the rest of the gods done. Now, before we do any of that, what I want to do, excuse me, what I want to do pretty quickly is I want to just take a bit of a screenshot. Okay, just gonna make sure. When you used to hit print screen, it used to be pretty straightforward. Now it gives you like 4 different options. There's freeform mode, window mode, full screen mode. Let's go window mode. And let me confirm that, okay, it's saved it to the clipboard. Does that mean I can paste it, or are you gonna... God, this is a... It's not... Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to go into my... paint.net, which is my alternative to Photoshop. I'm gonna have to paste it there. And... yeah, okay... I'm gonna have to paste it there, and then I'm gonna have to save it somewhere. I'm just gonna save it wherever. Yeah, that's hang on. There we go. It's saved. And why have I done this? The main reason is just because I want to remember what my party composition was, specifically what order the creatures were in. But not even the creatures. What order the relics were equipped in. Because I can save my party and I can bring it back at a moment's notice. But I don't think you can save the relics, because they're attuned to individual creatures and you can unattune them. But I don't think you can save relics the same way that you can, mess around with... You see, you can remove artifacts and you can remove spell gems, but it doesn't say anything about relics, because I think relics you've got to do in a kind of manual kind of situation. So having done this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unattune these relics. Yeah, so... let me check something. Can you attune the same relic to 2 different people? Do we even have to remove this? So right now, Bloodseeker is attuned to the Animatus. This is an interesting bit of a... What? You can attune the same relic to... Okay, so I don't need to do any of this tomfoolery. Okay. So, well, that just makes everything so much easier, because having done this, all I need to do now is make sure that we've got this party saved. Now, if I go to manage menagerie groups, using the creatures in my party, assign it to the animator Mark III. I think it's already assigned, but just to be extra safe, I'm gonna copy it there again. There we go. Now that's done. Now that's done. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deposit all of my creatures. They're all deposited, and let me just make sure that, ooh, you know what, if I go to manage menagerie groups, and if I then go to swap my current party of no creatures with this group, is it gonna, oh yes, okay, there we go, there we go. This, I love that the game lets you, gives you these quality of life options, but I haven't used them that much just because I've mainly only been running with the animators, and I only briefly put the animators party aside to bring in the dumpling for the dumpling farming. So now that I know that this is how it works, now the fun begins, because now we need to withdraw, hang on, I need to go here to start crafting a new party. So I should have Venodon already summoned, I'm pretty sure. Okay, here we go. He should be part of the gods. Venodon needs to be taken out. And secondly, we are gonna need a phase warrior, a dryad, sorry, a phase knight, a dryad vindicator, a sphinx zealot, an incandescent, a Vulpes, and a mimic. Well, let's do it one by one. And in case you're wondering what instructions, what list I'm following, it is linked in the video description. There is a guide on Steam about how to build a universal Gate of the Gods party. So we need to find phase... What's that now? Phase Knight. Phase Knight. Which we already have. Hang on. So let's withdraw this. Unless it's fused with something that we don't want. But it shouldn't be. Let's check. Here we go, Phase Knight. Unfused. Okay. And it says it's timid. Don't worry about that. We can change its, you know, other properties soon. Okay, so Phase Warrior. And then we needed a Dryad Vindicator. Oh my god. Man, I really need to put some of this stuff on my desk away, because some of it is like stuff on top of other stuff, but very unstable arrangement where it could just all come tumbling down at any moment. But anyway, let's get this Dryad Vindicator. Hopefully most of these creatures, if not all, hopefully all, should... Here's me saying, oh, hopefully all these creatures should be easily... So where is this Dryad, and why don't we have it? Why don't we have a... Dryad Vindicator already unlocked. And what? Okay, here we go. Dryad Vindicator is in Shalan's shop. In Shaylan's shop. Now, you know what? I'm gonna look at my anointments. And I tell you what. Character... anointments. We don't really even need to look at these anointments that much because these were a special case for my my animator party trying to fight Apocrynox. But what I'm gonna do quickly is I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna unequip Onslaught. And I'm gonna briefly equip Kindling. And I'm gonna go into Shalan's realm at a very low level. Let me make sure Kindling is equipped. Yeah, okay. I got paranoid. So Shalan's realm is the Feylands. And yeah, sure, we'll make a donation because why not? What? Oh, sorry, these are the trait materials. I need to buy the creature itself. So Dryad Vindicator has now been purchased. Alright. And what the man, why? Oh, we didn't level up our creatures. I see what happened. That was a bit of a mistake on my part. I was like, why aren't these guys dying instantly? Okay, so I lost my fortune bonus. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, hopefully the rest of these creatures should be easy to get. I'm going through my entire process without cutting anything out, just to show you that this is what it feels like when you're crafting a new party. Now, let's find that Dryad Vindicator. There we go. I could have probably found it quicker had I gone to the menu for, or gone for, you know, the new creatures specifically. Now then, let's withdraw the Dryad Vindicator, if I can find you. Where are you, man? Man. Is it in my party? Oh, it's in my party by default. Okay. That's good. Okay, the next creature that we need is a Sphinx Zealot. A Sphinx... Whoop! Man, I didn't really want another... well, I was gonna say we can get rid of that Abomination Brute, but why not? Let's leave him. We might need him for some other party, but let's go get our Sphinx Zealot. Okay, I think Sphinxes might also need to be gotten from a specific source. Let me just level up my creatures, you know, just so... Can I... Okay, the creatures in my party are at the top 4 regardless. And I need to get rid of this Abomination Brute, because he doesn't need to be in my party. You know what? Let me just... You know what? I'm just gonna... release you forever. You know what? Let's just deposit you because we might need you. Unlikely, but we might. And now let me just... was that no wrong place? Now let's level up our top 3 people. Only 3,000 power to get to max level, which is good. Now let's go to our bestiary and let's see. Let's look at this Sphinx. Let's see where we can find you. Here we go. Sphinx Zealot is in Isaros's God Shop. Alright. Miracle of Modern Science 9. Alright, for just leveling up creatures a bunch. Excuse me, a bunch of times. So my throat is really dry. It's not good. But yes, Isaros is going to be in the Barrens. And hopefully this time, kindling should work properly. Hopefully this time. Let's make a donation because why not? There we go. God, it's so weird looking at a party with only 3 creatures in it. Alright. What? Of course there's gonna be a piece of garbage that's gonna silence our dudes. That's annoying. That's okay. Alright, that's better, I guess. What? Ooh, netherstone. Why not? Let's just find a netherstone on the ground. And let me not forget why I'm even here. We are here to buy something. Sphinx Zealot. Outstanding. And you know what? Might as well kill a dumpling as well. Needed to fight a dumpling for a prophecy task. So that's good, but we're not really worried about prophecies yet. Oh man, you know what? Why am I wasting time like trying to complete this round properly? I should just be... Excuse me? Oh, this guy... That guy was invisible. That's annoying. Alright, you know what? Let's just grab a couple of these, grab this, grab that. I think this is gonna end our realm. And then we can just leave. Alright. Hey, look, we can hand in a couple missions as well. That's good. I just want to leave this realm now. Which is good. Right. I know there's more we could do in this realm. The candle's right there, but, you know, don't worry about it. I'll just pick up a couple of these things. And let's just go ahead and head back home. We're almost done with the creatures. And this is only phase 1 of what's going to be a very long process of getting this done very, very slowly. Well, let's take a look at what we got. What we got is a bunch of knowledge with different creatures. That's fine. Let's start another assassination. Let's pick something that we have 0 of. Like, we've got 0 for these waspids, so go for that. And you know what, why not do another raid? There we go. And now Let's get the Sphinx Zealot into our party. Hey, that's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. And excuse me. Let me consult my list to find the next creature is the Incandescent Vulpes. Is this gonna be something that we can just summon, or are you gonna tell me that I have to go into a different realm to find that one as well? Vortex. Here we go. Here's a creature that we can just summon. Alright, and finally a Mimic. We should have Mimics just lying around. We should. Here we go, a whole bunch of Mimics. And let's just grab this one. And that should be our 6 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Confirm by looking on this screen as well. And as you can see, indeed, they are there. Let's also create a new menagerie group. Let's go group 7. Let's also rename this as the GOTG party, Gate of the Gods party. PARTY. Confirm, there we go. Perfect. Now, what do we need to do next? We need 6 tomes of relaxation to apply to our 6 creatures. Okay. Now, these should be our field items. Tome of Relaxation. What does that do? It raises health, lowers speed. Alright. So let's use it on all of our creatures. Oh, what? I hate that it allows you to use it on creatures that, man, I've wasted multiple of these because I misclicked a couple times. So I wasted a couple tomes using it on creatures that already had that. So let me level up the last creatures. So get you, and get you as well. We got any other achievements for that? No, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Okay, now we need to start fusing creatures. Now this part is going to be a bit tricky because it doesn't say directly on... Okay, what do I need to fuse them with? Well, this is a... Does it say? I mean, I can work, like, reverse engineer it by looking at what trait they have, and then looking up which creature it is, but there must be... There must be a... like a part of this guide where it tells you what the fusion creatures are. Oop, oh. It says anointments, trait material, the relics, okay, full team layout, creature and trait characteristics. Okay, there's a bit of an issue with this fight. Sorry, not this fight, with this, with this... Hang on. Fusion, yeah, it doesn't mention fusions. I'm gonna have to look at the, okay. This is gonna take a little bit longer, but you know what, it's fine. I'm gonna have to look at each individual trait, and then look at which creature has this, and then fuse them accordingly. Alright, so the virtue of patience. Okay, let's see if we can do this. The virtue of patience is... Okay, this one, hang on. I need to find the creature list because it's giving me the trait material, which is not what I want. Okay. The virtue of patience is a wisp seer. So I need to fuse Venodon with a wisp seer. Alright. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that, alright? You know what, let me first of all... Everybody's relaxed. Okay, hopefully fusing doesn't change that. Right. Fuse... What? Why doesn't it list them in the order that they are in the party? It's listing them alphabetically. Alright, well, you know, let's fuse you with a wisp seer. You know, let's go ahead and just this looks like a pretty cool color palette. Actually, this one looks even better. Like, he's still wearing the trench coat, but it looks like his flesh is glowing. So I'll go for that. Pretty badass looking fusion, and has that changed the creature's level? No, it hasn't. And you're still relaxed. What? Did it... Did you... Do you not? Oh, Venodon is at the end. I was like, what? Why? Hang on, why is... Yeah, I was like, why is it not showing me the second trait? Is this a thing that happens anytime you, do an anointment? Sorry, anytime you do a fusion, it changes the order? Or did something else change the order of creatures in my party? I can't tell, but what I do know is that for creature number 1, Venodon, you do have the virtue of patience. And we will get the rest of them like this as well. Now the next creature that we want to get is well, the trait is called Rejuvenation. And that is from the Sphinx Healer, which we probably don't have any of. In fact, I'm pretty confident we're not going to have any Sphinxes at all. Let's just... Yeah, we only have one Sphinx. Right? So we're going to have to go back to the Barrens. Alright. I'm going to have to go back to the Barrens. That's okay. That's fine. We knew that there was going to be a bit of back and forth, which is fine because we can just make another donation. And now we need to... I'm just going to spend the emblems to buy this material, right? Because we just... No, I wasted the emblems. We need to buy the creature. We need to buy the creature because we have to put... I mean, I've done it... Well, I messed this up. I messed this up because I want to follow the guide to the letter, and the guide has this... like this trade material that I just bought. The guide has this as the fusion, and then the other thing as the artifact trade. And I'm sure it's not gonna matter whether we have one or the other. In, you know, which place. But, like I said, I just wanna follow this guide to the letter, just so that if anything does go wrong, at least I can say that I was following the instructions exactly, right? So, yeah, okay, I wasted 10 emblems, so sue me. Don't actually sue me, you know? I don't think... I think it's perfectly legal for people to make mistakes while playing video games, at least last I checked. But yeah, you know what, I'm a little salty that I wasted those emblems, so now I'm running around this realm looking for other emblems. We can always, if we really want to farm emblems with Iseros, we can find them later. So for now, let's just go back home. Let's just go back home, and let's do this. Let's get this done. Let's get this fusion done. So now... Okay, Venodon is no longer on the list because we already fused him. Okay, that's fine. I was freaking out for a moment. I thought we'd lost one of our creatures, but that's okay. So now we need to fuse the Phase Knight. Yeah. Fuse the Phase Knight with the... Why... Does it not show new creatures on this list? I guess it doesn't. But anyway, we need to fuse the Phase Knight with the... Oh, first of all, we need to summon the Sphinx Healer. And now, let us fuse the Phase Knight. It still doesn't show new creatures. So now let's fuse the Phase Knight with the Sphinx Healer. And out of these color palettes, you know what? Let's go with this one. Looking pretty nice. And it's put him at the back of the... See, it does. It removes the creature from your party, fuses it, and then puts it at the back, and then shifts everyone else forward by one, which is annoying. Which is annoying. But we can... fix that quickly by just doing this. And now suddenly it's back the way we like it. Alright, now the third one, we need sense of purpose on the Dryad Vindicator. Sense of purpose is from a Regal Golem. Oh man, I feel like this is going to be another creature that we're going to have to buy. But let's, you know, check to see if maybe we don't. Let's go to our list of creatures. What? Okay, exotics. Now we should be at the golems pretty soon. Okay, here we go. We can just summon a Regal Golem, that's good. That is good, okay. So now who are we fusing with that? We are fusing the Dryad Vindicator with the Regal Golem. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Fuse. Dryad Vindicator. With the Regal Golem, where are you? There you are. And out of these colors, I like this one. This one kind of reminds me of Carnage, you know, the Marvel character, that kind of look going on. So let's go ahead and do that, and then it's going to change the order of our party. But now that we know what it's doing, we can just change it back pretty quickly. I could, you know, wait until we've done all the fusions, but I want the creatures to be in the correct order, because otherwise I'll fuse one of them with the wrong one. Alright, now swap quickly to this party. Good. Now, let us do the next fusion. We need to give the Sphinx Zealot a trait called Blessing of Sands. This sounds like it's probably another Sphinx trait. Yep, Sphinx Ordainer. Looks like we're going back to the Barons yet again. Alright. Alright, let's go. Let's go back to the Barons. I'm gonna spend another 10 emblems. Alright. Oh my god, why did it have to be fucking Nemesis creatures with the rebirth? That's annoying. Alright. Alright, let's buy this creature. Blessing of Sands. You know what? I should have really just checked. Like, how was I to know which creatures need to be fused with what? Right. The guide was... This is one area where the guide could have been a little bit more informative. I mean, if you know the game, you can find the information yourself, but as you can see, it is a little bit of a a roundabout process, you know, looking up what the trait is, and then finding the creature that has the trait, and then finding the creature. Oh, look at this! We're just gonna get. Oh, it is all happening. We are gonna get the Goblet of Trials done as well. You know what? It's fine. Everything's good. Everything's great. Hand you that as well. Let's pick up a couple of these. And, you know, since we've been spending a bunch of emblems, let's pick up this emblem. Let's make sure we've donated. Yes, we have. And quickly yoink this chest. And then let's go back home. Are we going to collect the Goblet of Trials right now? I'm not going to do it. Hopefully I remember to do it at in a future episode. I'm not going to do it now because if I do it now, then I'll forget to roll it again later. And if we... like, if I forget, then that's just going to cost me progress later down the line. So, you know... That's just... It's just gonna be sitting there. We're not gonna be doing realm progress for a while. And if we do have to go into a realm, that's like 3% out of 100 that we'd be missing out on, because we're not doing high level realms, certainly not in this episode. Now the Sphinx Zealot needs to be fused with the other Sphinx that we just got from the barons. Where are you, man? Where are you, man? What? Oh, the Sphinx Ordainer. I was getting mixed up with the names. Alright, let's go with this one. And let's go with the... This one has that nice neon glow on the horns. But this one, I like the coloring on the body a little bit more. Which do I pick? You know what, let's go with the... Let's go with this one. The fusion is successful, yay. And let me swap once again to this group. We're almost done with Phase 1 Part 2, which is just making sure we have all our correct fusions. Now, the incandescent Vulpes needs a trait called Solace. Solace comes from the Irantha Ophan. Irantha Ophan? So let's... Hopefully we can find this creature just out and about. Okay, Ophan. Irantha Ophan. There we go. And the incandescent Vulpes is fusing with that. Alright. Incandescent Vulpes with the Irantha Ophan. There we go. And out of these, ooh, it's a tough call, but I think I'll pick this one. It seems to be the nicest color palette. And once again, let's go and this is the last time we'll have to do this. Swap once again to this. So the last time we'll have to do this, because if it takes our mimic out and puts it back in, it'll already be at the end where he belongs. Now, what does the mimic need? The mimic needs a trait called Celestial Fortitude. Now, that comes from the Immortal King, which is a demigod. Now, do we just like have a demigod, just lying around, or are we gonna have to? We do have some demigods, all right. Immortal King. Okay, there we go. Celestial Fortitude. Let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. That's done. All right, now we do our fusion. Our demigod. Immortal King. There we go. There we go. Now all the fusions are done. That is part 2 dealt with. Although I didn't really look at the color palettes that much. Honestly, out of these, I would have probably picked this one anyway. Although that one isn't better, but I don't know, something about this one just looks really nice. So we got lucky in that it ended up being the color palette that looked the nicest. Alright, next on the agenda is we need to craft the items. So we're gonna need six level 50 helmets. 6 level 50 helmets. Alright, 6 level 50 helmets. 6 level 50 helmets. Alright. Alright. Just get some helmets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There's that done. Now I'm actually going to brand all of these helmets with the names that correspond to the party member that they'll be equipped on. Let's go just GOTG 1 to like 1 through 6. I know I could give them a shorter name, but I tend to get a little obsessive about these things looking nice, so I'm gonna give them a proper name. Right, GOTG 1. And considering how long this episode is gonna be, I don't think the added time is gonna matter that much. He said ominously. And now you're thinking, how long is this episode gonna be that this time wasting that you're doing right now isn't gonna matter? Just relax, right? You'll find out. You'll find out. And listen, I'm the one who actually has to do it. Like, you can just fast forward, you can skip to the end. You can do all kinds of things that I don't have the luxury of doing, so, right? So just please, just cut me some slack, alright? I've been through enough, man. Alright. With that little bit of complaining out of the way, let's just get this done. Almost done. He said, even though he'd only done 3 out of the 6, will his lies never stop? well, you'll just have to keep watching to find out. But, I mean, you know, realistically, I will probably never stop lying. You know, just to, just in case you really wanted to know. There you go. There's that done. Wait, there we go. Just a couple left. Oh god, come on. G. O. T. G. Number 5. Gotta have the space. Super important. You've gotta have the space. And finally, G O T G space 6. Confirm. There we go. Now what we do is we upgrade all of these. We're gonna take them all the way to level 50, and we're gonna give them another slot as well. One thing I just noticed is that the icon changes as you upgrade. It starts with a pretty crappy looking helmet, but then it gets fancier and fancier. That's a nice little touch that I somehow never noticed before this. Although I haven't really created and upgraded that many artifacts. I've mainly just been, like, I created a few of them, and I've mainly just been swapping out socketed things on those artifacts that I already made, rather than making new ones. Okay, now we get to see this stuff. And now the thing is, what are we socketing into these artifacts? What is going into these artifacts? It says you don't need the nether stone slot. But I gave it the nether stone slot anyway. Where are... Okay, here we go. It does show what is on the artifacts. It does show what is on the artifacts. Perfect. Now, basically, we just need a bunch of health. And then we need spell gem slots. Then we need damage reduction. And then we need a bunch of different... trait materials. Well, let's start with the health, the spell slots, and the damage reduction on all of them. Right, let's do it like this. So go to socket. So we just need pure health. Pure health comes from yellow amber. All right. So. And then we need spell gem slots. What does that look like? It looks like a little wand thing. Where is it on this list? Pump drill? Yeah, okay. I guess it's a drill, not a wand. And then we need the armor scrap, which I think is on the first page. Yeah. Less damage reduction. We'll do the traits later on. We'll do the traits and the spells later on. For now, I just want to get the basic stats correct. I am thankful to the guide for giving screenshots for this equipment. Otherwise, I would have been at a... I mean, I would have figured out some of the basic stuff, like health. I would have reasoned that, you know, it's a health-based build. The damage reduction is another obvious one, and then I would have used logic to be like, there's no way to get that many spells that the build is telling us to get without the extra spell slots. So, there's that. Pump drill. And the armor scrap. Again, we're leaving the others for now. Let's get some more health, Health. Pump drill. Armor scrap. I'm leaving all of these others for now. Alright. Pump drill. Armor scrap. And let's get these. Pump drill. Armor scrap. Let me just make sure, like, do they all have this exact... Yes, every single one of them has the pump drill for the extra spell slots. Every single one of them also has the armor scrap for the damage reduction. Good. And every single one of them has the health bonus as well. Pump, drill, armor, scrap. There we go. Now that's done. Now we can... Before we start equipping them, we can put the trait materials on them. So... The Venedon's helmet, so helmet number 1, has a trait called... What's it called? Despair. And the trait material is called Book of Pain. Alright, so let's go to boot 1. And let's see if we can find Book of Pain. We've got 23 of these. After an enemy loses stats, this creature afflicts it with a random debuff. That sounds correct, and it looks correct, and it feels correct. And in fact, it is correct because I just told you that's what we need. Now... The Phase Knight needs something that is called Nature Transformation. Now what is... That is from a material called Nature Plasma. Do we have any of that? Do we have any of that? Nature Plasma. We do have it. Alright. When your creatures deal damage to each other, they instead are healed. Okay, sounds good. And the third one, we need a trait called Diabolic fortitude. Diabolic fortitude. And for that, we need something called the commander flag. Commander flag. Commander flag. There we go. In the third one. And the fourth one needs Master of Diabolic Horde. Now this one, I've got to make sure it goes on the correct one. It goes on the one equipped to the Sphinx Zealot, which is indeed the fourth one. Alright. The trait is called Master of Diabolic Horde, and the material is going to be called Sigil of Diabolic Horde. Right? Sigil of the Diabolic Horde. Gonna make extra sure that we get the correct one. Yep, this is what we need, and we have an extra one in case we somehow mess things up, but we shouldn't, right? Because we're following a guide, we're literally following instructions. So let's just go ahead and do that. We have Master of Diabolic Horde. Perfect. The fifth one needs excuse me, Diabolic Protection. Prot. The Observer flag. Alright. Need the Observer flag. Yeah, go to socket. Go to trait slot. Let's find the Observer flag. Observer flag, which we have tons of. Great. And just one left. Oh, no, I'm not gonna forge it. I'm gonna go to socket. And then finally, in this one, we need Salted Earth. Now, Salted Earth, the material is called the Transient Embryo. Transient Embryo. Which, again, we've got tons of these. Perfect. Alright. Now we have put the correct trait material on all of these artifacts. That is great. Now we just have to put spells. And for that, we're going to have to go to U, and we're going to have to buy spell gems. So what spells do we need? We need a living staff. 4 of them actually. 4 living staff and 2 clayman. Well, clayman we already have, right? So that's easy to do. Just buy that. Living staff, possibly. We're gonna have to buy from the arena. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to buy this from the arena. Oh, wrong room. We gotta go into this room. Gotta go to the arena shop. Living staff. There we go, living staff. What does this spell do? Okay, interesting. Yeah, if the guide tells me it's what I want, then it's what I'll get. Feels painful spending any amount of glory just because we don't have that much of it, but we would have needed to do this anyway just for long-term completionism's sake. So now we buy 4 gems of living staff. Right, now we equip these on our artifacts. So, what did we need? We needed Clayman on number 3 and number 5. We needed Clayman on number 3. Oh, I guess we had an extra Clayman. And number 5. And we need living staff on the rest of them. Oh, easy, easy. Okay, there we go. That's done. And finally, that's done. Okay, so now we can equip these artifacts. Right. Let's equip them on the creatures. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Oh. Two. Three. 4. 5. 6. Okay. So, what to do now? Now comes a very long process where we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to get a whole bunch of spells and equip them on a whole bunch of creatures. Now, this part I think I am gonna do off screen, just because with this many spells per creature, it's gonna be a bit of a thing, a bit of a whole thing. Now, let me first get my anointments in order. All right, my anointments. Because before I can start equipping spells, I'm gonna need. Well, let's leave Shimmer on. You know what, let's take Shimmer off. I'll put it back on, but let's take all of our anointments on. All of our anointments off. Alpha and retention. Take those off. And now let's put our anointments in. So in place of Inner Light, I think I'm gonna do Shimmer, because I think it'll be more damage reduction in the long run, but we can always change it if we want. The rest of them I'm just gonna follow the way it has it over here. We're gonna have Onslaught from the Reaver. We're gonna have Expanded Mind, which is which was what? It was Sorcerer. It was nope. It was it Cleric? No, it was something on the first page for sure. Kabbalist? No. Astrologer maybe? No. Definitely not Blood Mage. Oh boy, this is gonna. Evoker, yes, it was Evoker. That's the third one. Next we needed Bleed Out and Voracity, which are both Blood Mage. Excuse me. Bleed Out and Voracity. And that should be 5 out of 5 anointments. There we go. And that should also give us extra space for our spell gems. And now, basically, what I need to do is I need to take a look at this list of spells and just equip them all on our creatures. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spells per creature. And you know what? It's been a long enough episode that I might as well just do it without cutting it out, just so you can see how long it takes in real life. Because I do want you people to understand that this is a long, long process. So, if I go into my spell gems, can I sort them by new? It shows the new ones with the exclamation marks next to them. It sorts them by class, but it doesn't. I can't sort them that way. Okay, you know what? That's okay. We'll manage. We'll manage. All right. So we need. Oh my God! Hang on a second. Spell gem properties. All right. There we go. Jeez. All right. So I need to have 2 different versions of this open. So I need this thing with the spell gem properties, and then I need this other thing with the actual spell gems to correlate one with the other. Alright. So let's start with Vitality Explosion for Venodon. Alright, let's craft a spell gem of Vitality Explosion, which we don't have. Okay, where is the spell? Where did we find the spell? Where do we find the spell? Hang on. Thought you were supposed to tell me where we can get these. Hang on a second. Siralim Ultimate Vitality Explosion. Oh, it's not. It's a chaos spell. I was looking for it. I was looking for it in the wrong place. It gets a life transformation, but it is a chaos spell to start out with. So that explains it. What? But then where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? All right. Where do we find Vitality? It's just. Was it removed? No, I feel like we've. Hang on a second. What is going on? It's a death spell, so why am I looking for it in chaos? Why am I looking for it in chaos? Where did I see chaos? Okay. Well, my friends, this is gonna be a long ass process. Because we're gonna have to do this like 66 times. But hopefully the first couple times when I stumble, when I go to the wrong place, we will be able to you know, get this get a bit of a like get used to this whole process. Right now we need to enchant. First of all, we need to upgrade. All right. Unfortunately, it can't show me the new spells, but you know, let's just upgrade it all the way. And now we need to enchant. Vitality explosion. And let's take a look at what we need to give it. We need to class swap life. And then we need to make it generous. And 100% chance to cast twice. There we go. Now we equip this. Where is it? Vitality explosion on Venodon. There we go. Spell slot 1. There we go. Mystery solved. The second one is Clayman, and luckily we already have one of these just lying around. And we need to give it some transformations as well. How long has this episode been going? Already more than an hour long. And now we are in the slowest part of it. But you know what? I made a commitment. We're not going to be going off screen. So just going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing it very much similarly to what you're looking at right now. So, life casts on extra target and chance to cast twice. Alright. Life casts on extra target and chance to cast twice. And there we go. Spell number 2 out of 66. Ooh, this is gonna be long. And the next one is Soothing Breeze. Now, what the fuck is... Let me go to the spell list. Soothing Breeze is a nature spell that you can get from Reclusa's shop. Reclusa... I don't think we've bought it. Alright. So, let me go to my anointments, and let me unequip Shimmer so that I can equip Kindling. And we're gonna go into Reclusa's shop, and we're gonna buy Soothing Breeze. And hopefully we can get through this realm pretty quickly. Oh. Okay. Everybody's dead. Let me not forget why I'm here. Yeah, we didn't have this, so let's just buy it. We could just buy the rest of the spells, but I don't want to waste... God, why am I getting into extra combat that I don't need? Jeez, man, come on. Come on, let's just find this portal. Let's do this thing as well. Yeah, okay, yeah, hooray! And one of those. And let's quickly do this. Alright. Now, where the fuck is the exit? Are you serious? It's so far away. That's outrageous. And I got into extra combat that I didn't really want. Come on, man. Everything's going wrong. Sure, I'll talk to you. 4080 rules over the lab. That's fine. I know I'm leaving all kinds of things behind. That's okay. Oh my god. Everybody wants to talk to us. Out of my way. Oh, fuck off, dude, man. Jesus. Alright, we're almost out. Alright, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, let's go back home. And let's keep on working on these spells. Oh, this is gonna be edge of your seats kind of excitement, I know, but it is important for me to show how long this takes as well. Alright, let's craft the nature spell Soothing Breeze that we just bought, and let's upgrade it. There you go. And what transformations do we need to put on this? Life, magnetic, and potency based on health. Alright. So, life, magnetic, and potency based on health. Now what does magnetic do? I've forgotten. Because I remember, like, generous means you get those ethereal spell gem charges. Let me just quickly remind myself what magnetic does. What? No, come on. Let me look up spell gem properties. Yeah, okay. Why isn't there a like a list where all of this is properly? Oh my god. Hang on. Why are you... Like, why does Steam do this really annoying thing where when you're trying to open it on your phone browser and it's a Steam page, it'll open it in the Steam app? But that's really dumb because you lose the browser functionality that you normally get. Oh god, this is really, really dumb. Okay, so... Magnetic, what does this do? The spell potency is increased 15% for each creature in your party with the same spell. Alright. That's all I needed to know. Now we know what magnetic does. Now we know what magnetic does. And now we can equip this. And this is now a life... And swordpike class, come on. What? Oh, it's... I wish it would sort it by what its new class is, because this is kind of annoying, but that's okay. Because it's still putting it among the nature spells. Anyway, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, the next one we need is Utopia. Is Utopia a normal spell? It's a life guild spell, and I think we should have all of the Life Guild spells. We should have already bought them. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Alright, so what transformations do we need to put on this? Healing increased, chance to defend, and potency based on health. Alright. Well, first of all, we need to upgrade it. So now we need to do this. So healing increased. Where is it? Here we go. Healing increased. What else do we need? Chance to defend. And potency based on health. Now we equip this. God. I know this is going to take a long time, but trust me, it needs to happen. It all needs to happen. Now, the next thing we need is Time Walk, which I think is... I mean, we definitely already have this spell. I think it's a sorcery spell. Yeah. So what do we need for this one? Class swap life, chance to defend, chance to provoke. Alright, sounds good. Alright, and now we go enchant. We wanted class swap life, chance to defend, chance to provoke. There we go. Now we equip this on you. Right, we're getting through it a little bit quicker now. Now the next one is Wormhole. So class swap life, more charges, and chance to defend. Okay. So let's create a new spell gem first. Class swap life. Chance to defend and more charges, I believe. Yeah. There we go. Now we equip this on you. The next one is exhaustion. Now what is exhaustion? It is from Tamara Murgo's shop, which increases battle fatigue. I don't think we have this. I don't think we... It's a sorcery spell. It's possible that we have it. Let me just check. Extinguish. No, this is the only spell that we have that begins with EX. So we're gonna have to pay Tamara Murgo a quick visit. So let's jump back in to the... Tamara Murgo was in... where was he? What was his place called? I've already forgotten. The Amalgam Gardens. There we go. There we go. And let's buy exhaustion. Oop. God, okay. Hopefully we don't get approached by too many creatures. Quickly make a donation. And let's buy the spell that we want. Where is it? Man, what? Okay, there it is. There it is. And we can even finish this round pretty quickly if we just do this. Quickly fight you. And jump out. You know what? I'm just gonna not even bother picking anything up because I need to be disciplined. I know we left a bunch of favor on the ground, but I need to make sure that I get this done without getting sidetracked by irrelevant things. So let's create this spell. Exhaustion. And let's upgrade it. And let me take a look at what we need to do, what we need to put on it. Hang on, let me make sure that I've got the correct amount of spells on you. You've got 6 spell gems, so the 7th one. So what is the 7th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So class swap life, more charges, and chance to cast twice. Alright. Alright, let's find it. More charges and chance to cast twice. Now we equip this. There we go. Now, after exhaustion comes Greater Dispel, a spell that we're very familiar with. So this needs class swap life, more charges, and chance to defend. So let's craft it first. Greater Dispel. Alright. Upgrade. Oh. There we go. Class swap life. More charges. Chance to defend. Chance to defend. And now let's equip it. And only 3 slots left on you. Living staff, living helmet, living necklace. So we need to buy a couple more of these living stuff spells. We already have living staff. We need helmet and a necklace. So let's go ahead and do those. Shop. Living helmet. Alright. Living necklace. Pretty good spells, both of them. And, you know, let me just check were they all like sorcery spells, or I guess they're different. They are different classes. You can tell by the color on the scroll to the left. So, living helmet looks like it's death. Living necklace looks like it's life. All right, good to know. Good to know. So the next spell we need is living staff. Living staff. Let's go ahead and craft one of those bad boys, and let's go ahead and do it. Living staff was a sorcery spell. Alright, so let's upgrade it. And what transformations do we need to put on that? Life, magnetic... excuse me, life, magnetic, and potency based on health. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Life, magnetic, potency based on health. There we go. Oh, no. Spell gems. Living staff now goes on you. And the next one is living helmet. Let me just quickly get some water. Some water to soothe my dry throat. Now, living helmet. Living helmet. I'm just gonna do it by its, you know, the alphabetical list, just because these spells are in all kinds of, these arsenal spells are in all kinds of different classes. So, living helmet. And now upgrade the living helmet. And what did we need to put on it? Class swap life, casts on extra target, and chance to cast after defending. Okay. That's interesting. So, casts on extra target, and chance to cast after doing what? After defending. Alright, now let's equip this. Let's equip this. We're almost done with 1 out of our 6 creatures. Ooh boy. And how long has this episode been going? 1 hour 38 minutes. Wow. This is gonna be so long. This is gonna be such a long episode. But finally, let's create a new spell gem. Living necklace. And let's upgrade this. Oh boy, okay. Almost done. What do we need to put on this one? Extra target, cast twice, and chance to cast after provoking. Alright. Alright, let's get this done. So, remind me, extra target. Alright. What? Am I? Am I missing something? Hang on a second. So, living helmet, living staff. Living necklace? I mean, yeah, okay, it doesn't make sense for this to cast on an extra target. So why... So why are you telling me... Has the spell been changed from a single target to a party-wide spell? Because I can make it cast twice. That's not a problem. Have they changed how this spell works? Because what he's telling me, what this guide is telling me that the spell does, and what the spell is actually doing is not the same as what I'm looking at. Let me go back to the arena shop, because the guide is describing this as a spell that is replenishing spell charges. Yeah, all this is doing is unsealing our spell gems. It's not doing anything about... about charges. Now, Living Wizard Hat, that's a different thing. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the I'm gonna leave the 11th spell gem open, right? Because clearly we need a... Like, there's a different spell gem to replenish spell charges. It's called Polish. So if that's what it wants us to do, I'm gonna improvise a little bit. I'm gonna craft spell gems of Polish. If I can find it, it is a... One of the target's spell gems regenerates 100% of its charges. Yeah, so I'm gonna get gems of Polish. And what are we gonna... You know, one thing I'm gonna do, now that I'm looking at what the properties are on these spell gems, is... I was gonna use Shimmer, but no, I'm gonna use Inner Light after all, because I don't think we have enough ethereal spell gems to make it work. So, you know what, let me upgrade... Hang on. Let me make sure, like, are there any other spells that regenerate charges? I mean, there's Energize. Target's spell gem charges are set to 35%. And there's Expel. Then there's an ultimate spell. Living Wizard Hat is just like, you don't consume charges. There's Recharge. Caster's spell gems gain 3 charges. Right, so I think instead of living, you know, like that spell, we're gonna use Recharge. So, craft. It should be in this list. Here we go. So I'm improvising a little bit, but I think this is gonna be how it's gonna have to. I think this is gonna be how it's gonna have to go. Yeah, okay. So now upgrade recharge. And then let's see if the enchantments work. It does. It will cast on an extra target, but we're gonna have to give it a life transformation. If we're using this one. But there's no life spell. Like there is no life spell that does anything for charges. Yeah, there is no life spell that does anything. For charges. So we're gonna... Alright, so you know what? I mean, I'm just gonna improvise a little bit. I'll give it a life transformation. And casts on extra target. And chance to cast on defending. So we'll skip out on it casting twice. Wait, casting on defending, is it? Or on let's do it on provoking. Chance to cast on provoking. Alright, so this was a whole lot of controversy, but at the end of it all, recharge is going to be the final spell that we put. There we go. One out of our 6 creatures is fully stocked with spells. Now we need to do that all over again, starting with the Phase Knight. And now we have to start with Life Orb. Do we have Life Orb, or are we gonna have to buy it? We do have Life Orb. Okay, good. Upgrade. And what do we need to put on it? Generous, healing increased, and potency based on health. Alright. Generous, healing increased, potency based on health. Where are you? There you are. The next is Clayman. The next is another Clayman. Oh. And so for that we need life, extra target, cast twice. 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 Alright. We're getting through this. Next we need Soothing Breeze, which we just bought, alright. And for that we need Life, magnetic, potency based on health. Alright. We're getting through this. Life. Where is it? Magnetic. Potency based on health. And let's equip this. Man, I should just really be getting rid of these other spell gems that I'm not using because they're just cluttering up the list with a bunch of garbage. But you know what? It's fine. Now we need Utopia. Utopia. With the healing, defend, and potency based on health. So let's go ahead and craft. What was Utopia again? It was life, right? Yeah. And upgrade. I wish there was a way to like just copy a spell gem that we've already made with everything it entails. Is there a way to do that? There probably isn't. There probably isn't. So healing, chance to defend, and potency based on health. Alright, let's get that done. Alright. Alright. We're getting through it. It'll be tough, but we'll get through. Because now we need time walk. Now, actually, we're gonna need, like, everyone's gonna need time walk. So I'm gonna make sure that all of them have the same properties on it. Okay, so we need 4 copies of Time Walk, but one of them is gonna have a slightly different thing on it. Alright, so let's craft a whole bunch of gems of Time Walk. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's upgrade all of them. Now, all of these need the life swap. All of them need life swap and chance to defend and chance to provoke. All of them need life swap, chance to defend, and chance to provoke. So let's get them all done in one fell swoop. So Let's get them done. Oop, chance to defend. Chance to provoke. Swap life. Finally. And then now we can equip these. In their correct slots. So for you it goes there. For you it goes in slot 1 actually, according to this list. I'm gonna follow the list exactly. For you it goes in slot 5. For you also it goes in slot 5. For you also it goes in slot 5. Yeah, I should have been doing this all along. Now we need 4 more instances of wormhole. And do the wormholes all need the same thing? Yes, the wormholes all have more charges, a chance to defend, and a class swap life. Right, so let's go ahead and do that. 4, and then let's upgrade them. Yeah. I should have been doing this from the start, just looking up, like, if there's a certain spell that everybody needs, getting them done all at once, because it'll be quicker that way. And let me also take a look at how long this episode's been going, because no doubt we are past 2 hours. Oh, we're almost at 2 hours, not quite. So now all of these wormholes need the life class swap, and they're also going to need more charges and a chance to defend. Alright. So the life swap, more charges, and chance to defend. So the life swap, more charges, chance to defend. What? Hang on a second. So, life swap, more charges, chance to defend. Am I missing one wormhole? I might be missing one wormhole. I think I'm missing one wormhole. Or am I? Hang on a second. No, I'm not. Why did one of them just, like, disappear from this list? Anyway, let's start equipping them. Into slot 6. Man, what? I wanted... this is... okay, this is annoying. This is annoying. Because I thought we could have equipped a specific spell on a specific lower down slot. And not have it be shifted up. Hang on a second. Let's... Why? Oh, no, 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 no. Sorry, sorry. This guy does actually have his spell gem on the top. Everyone else has them in the proper place. Never mind, the game was doing it properly. I was the one messing up. I was the one messing up there. And number 3 doesn't have a wormhole at all. Everybody else has wormhole in slot 6. Okay. Crisis averted. Alright. Crisis averted. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. Brilliant. And next, we're gonna need 3 more exhaustions. And it's gonna work the same way. Now, exhaustion was... I think... yeah, it was a sorcery spell. And I think we're actually going to need 4 exhaustions. Let me just upgrade these fully. Alright, now that that's done, what do the exhaustions need on them? Class swap life, more charges, and chance to cast twice. Alright. Beautiful. Life, more charges. A what? Oh, there they are. Life, more charges twice, and finally life, more charges twice. Now we equip these. Yep, and finally, there we go. Okay, another spell down. The next one, again, we're gonna have greater dispel on everyone other than number 3. So we're gonna have to craft a bunch of greater dispels. And again, I could have gotten through this a lot quicker had I thought to do it this way from the start, but I just thought everyone... I should have read through the list of spells better. I thought everyone was gonna have a completely different set of spells, and not that there would be so much, you know... like, so much of it would carry over from one to the next. But now that we know that, we have been using it to our advantage in getting through this a little bit quicker. So, a greater dispel. What do we want to put on this? Life, more charges, and chance to defend. Just across the board. Alright. Sounds good. Chance to defend. Life, more charges, chance to defend. Life, more charges, chance to defend, and finally life, More charges. Chance to defend. Right, now we equip these. And that's another spell down on these guys. Okay, now we go back to the living spells. Living staff, living helmet. We're gonna need this one. Now, the Vindicator Dryad is gonna need these spells as well, but the guide is suggesting different enchantments on those. So those ones I'm gonna leave aside for now. We'll do the Vindicator Dryad's spells separately at the end. But for the rest of them, we are gonna get a bunch of living staff spells. So we're gonna have to craft 4 more of them. Living staff was sorcery, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do we want to put on a living staff? Excellent question. We want to put life, magnetic, and potency based on health. Life, magnetic, and potency based on health. But before we do any of that, we've got to upgrade all of them. Okay. Now we upgrade them. So, life, magnetic, potency based on health. Life, magnetic, potency based on health. Life, magnetic, health. Life, magnetic, health. Okay, good. Now we equip these. There we go. Getting through this quicker than I realized now that we know a lot of them are going to have the same spells. And the next one is going to be another living spell. So, living helmet. Living helmet and life, extra target, and a chance to cast after defending. So, living helmet was a different class that I've already forgotten. It was death. Right, so now... Oh, I've got to get 3 more of them. There we go. Now we upgrade them. All right. All right. Now let me take a look at what we need to transform it with. Life, extra target, and chance to cast after defending. Okay. Life. Extra target, cast after defending. Life. Extra target after defending. Chance to cast after defending, and finally okay. Brilliant. Alright, let's equip these. It actually feels like we're getting through a lot of this. Because now we only have one more spell at the very end. And this one's gonna be the wild card. This is gonna be the one where we improvised, because I wasn't sure what it's gonna be. So recharge, which is a sorcery spell, and I gave it extra target and chance to provoke, which is what? Oh no, I messed this up. It should be chance to happen after provoking. So let me actually disenchant the recharge. This. Yeah. And so now let me enchant it with the chance to cast after provoking. Yeah, there we go. That's what we needed. Now we need to craft 4 more of these. Actually, does the Dryad need this as well? The Dryad Vindicator needs this as well. So we're gonna make 5 of these actually. So sort by class. Recharge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I might have made 1 too many of those. And let me make sure I remember. Life, extra target, and then chance after provoking. Life, extra target, and then chance after provoking. I think I can remember that. And I did make 1 too many of them, but that's okay. We'll just hold on to the extras. Okay. Now we enchant them one by one. Let me make sure once again, just to see. Extra target, not extra charges. Disenchant. Where is it? What? Where did it go? Is it? It's in this list now. Okay. Alright. Enchant. Ooh. Yeah. Extra. Whoop. Extra target. There we go. Yeah, now let's enchant the rest of them. So, life, extra target, chance to cast after provoking. So, life, oh, extra target, chance to cast after provoking, life, extra target, chance to cast after provoking, and life. I think I might have messed some of them up. Oh no, they're all the correct ones. Okay, good. Now we can start equipping these. Okay, good. Why is that one just randomly in between all of these fully upgraded ones? No idea. Anyway, let's just equip all of them. There. 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 No, not that one. There. Finally. There. Okay. Now then. Now then. Now what? What now? What now? So... I think... Clayman, Soothing Breeze, and Utopia... Basically there are a bunch of other spells that are also going to go on all of these other creatures. So... we're gonna have to deal with that. So how many Claymans do we need? And what sort of enchantments are we putting on them? So everybody needs Clayman in slot 2. And aside from the Vindicator Dryad, they are all gonna have the same properties as well. So you know what, let's just go ahead and get 4 more Clayman spells. And let's upgrade them as well. Okay, so now what sort of enchantments are we putting on them? Life, extra target, cast twice. Life, extra target, cast twice. Now for the final one, we're gonna leave it as a chaos spell. But hang on. Am I gonna be able to equip a non-life spell on the Dryad? Maybe I have something that allows this. So extra target, more charges, and casts twice. Right, I mean, let's try and equip this. So these ones are just gonna go just normally. Just normal. Just normal. And this one, evidently... Hang on, like, so... Oh, hang on a second. Do I need my artifact equipped? Is that what's going on? Or, like, what? What is allowing the Vindicator Dryad to equip these unmodified spells? Let me take a look at this. Hang on a second. Oh, it is the relic that is allowing this. So let's go ahead and attune that relic. In fact, let's go ahead and attune all of the relics. So let's see. Let's attune these relics. Attune. Whisper to you. Alright. Attune Salus to you. Okay, you can equip Chaos spell gems specifically. Equip Materium to you. Bloodseeker to you. Thousand Needles to you. And finally, this thing to you. Perfect. And we get an achievement, Ultimate Arsenal, for attuning a different relic to 6 creatures. That was a long time coming. A long time coming. Yeah, because we just didn't have our full set of relics equipped on our regular animator party. Alright, so now that we've done this, and now that I've figured out how this works, now we can continue onwards and get these, the rest of these figured out. Alright, so we're going to go back to our creatures and take a look at the Sphinx Zealot with our spell gems. What is in slot 3? In slot 3, almost everybody has Soothing Breeze. So we're going to have to craft 3 more spells of that. It is a nature spell, so let's go ahead and do that. And what sort of enchantments are we putting on it? We are putting life, magnetic, and potency based on health. Okay. So let's first of all upgrade them. Life, magnetic, and potency based on health. Okay, yeah, let's enchant them now. Gotta do this a couple more times. What? Okay. Sometimes it'll remember what page you're on, and sometimes it won't. Which will sometimes throw me off when I'm doing this stuff. See, now this time, when I do the next gem, it will remember that I was on this page, which is where this is, and then I know I could be doing it in a more efficient order, you know, getting all the things on the same pages and putting them in the same one, but I just want to make sure I'm not messing anything up. Right, so that goes there. That goes there. We're getting there. I mean, we're almost done with everything except for creature number 2. And we will be done as soon as we make 3 more gems of Utopia. And what we need on Utopia, we need healing, a chance to defend, and potency based on health. Okay. Noted. Let's get that done. Come on, come on. So what do we need on it? We needed healing, chance to defend, and potency based on health. Alright. Great, yeah, enchant. So healing, chance to defend, and potency based on health. Healing, to defend, and potency based on health. Finally, chance to defend, potency based on health. And now let's equip these. Ooh, it's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel damn good. There we go. It's almost like solving a jigsaw puzzle, watching these empty slots slowly fill up. And then the final one goes here. Right, and then slot 1. What do we need in slot 1? Everybody has a different thing in slot 1. Okay. So that's going to be the one that we kind of have to sort out. So now let's start doing the level 2, the slot 3 creatures spells. The slot 3 creatures spells. So we've already put Time Walk. We've already put Clayman. Now we need to throw down some Entangling Roots. We need to throw down some Entangling Roots. Again, it's telling me that it's not got a life transformation on it. I'll trust that it's correct. Okay, we are nature creatures. We just are temporarily changed to life. So, generous, chance to defend, chance to provoke. Generous, chance to defend, chance to provoke. Right, so now this goes in slot 3 for the Dryad, if you can equip it, which we're gonna find out in just a moment. Yes, we can. Alright. Next, we need we need all of the morph spells. Every single one of them. Every single one of the morph spells. Alright, so how are we gonna get them? Well, we're gonna craft them. We're gonna go by name because I think all of the morph spells are each in the different class that they are morphing to. So as you can see, morph chaos is chaos, morph death is death, morph life is life. And so the quickest way to find them is alphabetically, because then they're all one after another. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's upgrade them. Sort by name, because again, they're gonna be, otherwise they're gonna be all over the place. And where the fuck are they? Okay, there they are. Alright. Alright, now what sort of enchantments are we putting on these spells? We're making them generous, and then we're boosting the stat increases and chance to cast twice. Alright. Makes sense. Makes sense. Where are they? Where are they, man? Okay, here we go. Generous. And then chance to cast twice, right? Yeah. I like that these are all close to each other. And then now we can just throw them in. I'm gonna put them in the order that they're listed here, just on the off chance that the order of the spells is somehow relevant. You never know when things like these are gonna matter in a complicated game like this. I don't think it'll matter here, but again, I'm just gonna do everything by the book. That way, if things go wrong, I'll at least be able to say that I copied this as exactly as I could. So life, death, sorcery, nature, chaos. Life, death, sorcery, nature, chaos. Life, death, sorcery, nature, chaos. So life, death, sorcery, nature, chaos. That's another 5 spells taken care of for you. Finally, you need Living Staff and Living Helmet, but with different enchantments on them. So again, let's find them in this list because they'll be closer to each other. Living helmet, living staff. Upgrade. But what do you need on the staff? Magnetic, chance to cast twice, and potency based on health. Alright. Chance to cast twice, potency based on health. And for helmet, what do you need? Extra target, chance to defend, and chance to cast after defending. So extra target, chance to defend, and chance to cast after defending. Alright. And now we've just got to equip these. Staff and then helmet. In that order. And finally, helmet. Alright. Almost done. We're just missing 3 more spells for our final 3 creatures. One of them we actually have. Cruelty of the Wild. So, we have it on one of our old creatures, but we're gonna have to craft a new one. It's a nature spell, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Cruelty of the Wild. And what do we need on that? Life, a chance to defend, a chance to provoke. Alright, well first of all let's upgrade it. Chance to defend, a chance to provoke. And this goes on you. And now you are complete. Next we need Phoenix Down, which I'm not sure if we've unlocked it actually, but we'll find out shortly. I think it's just a life spell, right? We do have Phoenix Down. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. So what do we need to put on it? Generous, chance to defend, chance to provoke. Alright, let's upgrade this. Sort them by class now. Chance to defend, chance to provoke. This one goes on you. And then the final spell that we need, this one we might have to buy it, because I don't know if we have it. It's called Guardian Force. Let me see what kind of a spell it is. It's from Perdition's shop, so we indeed are gonna have to buy it. So let me just make sure we still have kindling. Perfect. So let's quickly go to Perdition's shop. Perdition is in the Sanctum Umbra. Or just Sanctum Umbra. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Pretty quickly. And make a donation as well. And get the inscription for Guardian Force. Oh! We already have this. Damn it, man. Ah. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to we're just gonna have to oh man. Okay, we'll do this realm. We'll do this pretty quickly. Stag Royal is life. Yeah, okay. It's fine, it's fine. We just need to talk to 5 of these guys. Grab this. Not gonna summon anything at the candle, even though I'm tempted. But we gotta stay on target. Just gotta leave this realm. I'm just gonna find 2 more of these guys. There's one of them. Ooh. And then a final dude. Basically just search the open areas. That's where you will tend to find these quest objectives. You usually will not find them in you know, hallways or like tight places where it's only 1 tile wide. So nobody here. It's probably in the north somewhere. Oh, no, that's somebody else. There you go. Alright. I should have checked whether we had this spell. I messed up, but that's okay. All that means is that we did an extra round that we didn't really need to do. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, let's craft this spell. Now this was also a life spell, right? I'm pretty sure. So when did I buy Guardian Force? I must have... I mean, obviously I got it at some point, but I'm trying to remember why I got it. Like, what... Was I trying to buy something else? Did I buy this by accident? Or did I intentionally buy it? I'm not sure. So more charges and chance to cast after attacking and after provoking is what we need to put on it. But first, let's, of course, upgrade it. Upgrade it, and then let's enchant it. Yep, more charges. After attacking? Alright. I guess, alright. And after provoking. I mean, I'm just following the guide. I'm sure it's got that attack, like on attack flag on it for a reason. And I'm sure we'll find out what that reason is once we actually start getting into battles with this party. And there we go. Oh, the final spell has been thrown down. Let's confirm that we've got all of our spells done. So, no empties there. Everything's there. Everything there is good. There as well. There, and for the last few, we've only got the 1 spell on the top that's changing. Benedon, Phase Knight, Dryad, Sphinx, Vulpus, Mimic. Oh, we're finally done, and I think that we are ready to cause some havoc with this party. But you know what? I'm sure you will agree that after an episode that is close to 3 hours long, we are done. We are done for this day. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna not do any like fancy like summarizing of what we just did, because all we really did was we constructed our party. I'll just very briefly mention that, you know, it's these 6 creatures. And we'll go through the traits. And we'll even go through the spells. These are the spells. And sure, why not? We can even look at the relic. The relics, not the relics, the artifacts for the different creatures, and the relics you can see just by the icon. And those are the relics that we have equipped. And now I think we're ready to get going with the Gate of the Gods. But before we do that, I'm gonna have to check to see whether I've put this party together correctly. I'm gonna have to do some, again, just reading through when I end this episode, just making sure everything is in order. And I'm gonna have to read through the guide, because I've put this party together, but I still need to know how it's gonna work. What spells to cast when, what strategies to use against different gods, what are gonna be the, you know, difficult god fights, that kind of thing. But the main bulk of the work has been done. So with that, I think it is time to call this episode to an end. This episode where we, aside from the couple realms that we went into to buy things that we were missing, we did no combat. All we did was we spent this entire realm making this party. And you know what I'm gonna do, just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna assign this to that party. Hang on a second. Why are my creatures lower level? It's not gonna matter for the Gate of the Gods, but why are they lower level? Is it because I fused them? Is it... hang on. Yeah, why? It must be because I fused them. Nope. So yeah, let's just level them up. There we go. It's not gonna matter, but in case we use this party in regular realms, that might come into play. Yeah, so we did that, and we have our party leveled up now as well. And I just showed you the creatures, I showed you their traits, I showed you their spells, and I showed you that, at least in terms of everything being in place, like the equipment, the infrastructure, that is all in place. The only thing left is to learn how to use it, and as I mentioned, I'm going to try to do that in between episodes. I'm not going to actually fight anybody off screen, but I'm just going to take a look at like what are the important spells to cast early on, how it is that we do damage, which is I kind of get a sense, but I need to know what is the sequence of things to do in order to destroy our enemies based on, you know, this build that we've got here. And after that, like, which god are we going to go after first, right? These are the questions that I'm going to be trying to tackle next episode. For now, I think it is time to pat ourselves on the back for a job well done, for the long and very involved process of creating this new party. And hopefully it works. Hopefully that bit of improvisation that I did with the Living Necklace spell that I replaced with the Recharge. Hopefully the build didn't hinge on that old spell that we're not using. Hopefully this new spell is going to work. A lot of I'm saying the word hopefully a lot because I haven't actually tested this party out. You and I will together for the first time see how well this party works when we bust it out against one of the gods. But that is going to be in the next video. For now, it is time for me to call things to a close. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, it's a long one. I don't blame you if you skipped all or most of it, because all it really was a whole lot of party creation. But I wanted to give you a sense of how long it takes in actual real time rather than just skipping to the end, right? Because in case you want to build this party yourself, you'll probably do it a lot quicker than me because you'll have seen that a lot of the spells are the same and you'll have saved time in ways that I didn't. So hopefully it goes a lot quicker for you, but just wanted to give you a general sense of how long this process can take. And with that, I think it is time for me to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode as well, which is when we're going to take this party out and fight one of the gods with it. But yeah, hope to see you then, and until then, take care.